For x, it's a very interesting topic whereby we apply everything in mathematics to solve that unknown variable. Re learn ka go remove the coefficient and stuff like that. No, so re lebella the properties and the laws tša maths, like the laws of exponents and the distributive properties or solve x. So without wasting any time, I want our first example. Mo ke re na le x plus 3 plus x equal to 25. So ra tseba re solve x, our main aim is to make that x the subject of the formula. And re tlwaetše ba re fa x ye 1. In this situation, o kgona bona re na le di-x tše pedi. So someone a ka re gona ke dira efe the subject of the formula. Re šomiša method o ba reng ke grouping the like terms, whereby re tlo ba re tšea di-numbers re tlo ba re tšea di-terms tše loreng di a tshwana, ra di beya on one side of the equal sign, ra tšea tše dingwe ra di beya on the other. Mo o kgona bona re na le mixture of the variable le di-numbers. So re tlo ba re tšea di-variables re di beya on one side, ra tšea di-numbers ra di beya on the other side. Gore o di beya kae, it really doesn't matter, it's up to you. Nna gantši ke prefer go beya di-variables on the left. So nna ke tlo groupa di-variables tšaka on the left, whereby ke tlo ba le x plus x. Remember ke share tše pedi on the left, ke ntšha that 3. You can see gore the sign tša tšona e sa le di a tshwana, e be e le positive e sa le positive. That's because a se ke itshediše equal sign. Remember, a number only switches its sign if it's the equal sign. Then I'm going to have equal to 25, and then transpose this positive 3. I'm taking it to the other side. Now I want to it will tell equal sign, and therefore it will change its sign. Yaba negative 3 or minus 3. Now we have x plus x, and we know that these are like terms. What are like terms? Like terms, remember, get the terms jello ring, they tshwana in terms of variable and the exponent. The coefficient doesn't matter. We only care about the variable le the exponent. So ka gona bona re lo tše di na le variable ya tshwana, di na le exponent ya tshwana, therefore get the like terms. And you must also remember that ge re ba le like terms, we can add those like terms or subtract them, but we cannot if they are not like terms. For example, ra tseba gore ge re ka re Peter came. Peter share not the x 5. This is Peter. And then John ut the x 8. Ge re tlo add logic. Logic di like terms o ka tlhokomela because di na le variable ya tshwana na le exponent ya tshwana. Just because coefficient ya tshwane doesn't mean or as di like terms. Coefficient doesn't matter. It doesn't apply much. We only focus on the variable and the exponent. So I want to repeat the x 5, John the x 8. So ge re yo tlhakantsha ka moka, ro di x tše batho ba tlileng le tsona ka moka ke tše 7. Ke di x tše 7. So that is how you add like terms. Re added like terms, we only focus re the coefficient ra add tsona. A ke re ke di like terms if variable and exponent are the same. So ge re yo di add, re add the coefficient tša tsona. So in other words, o ka no bona okay, o tlile di x tše 5, o tlile tše pedi. Ge re tlhakantšha di dira 7. 7 e witše re kae by saying 5 plus 2. 3b plus 2b ke di like terms lotše. So you just say 3 plus 2 ya go fa 5b. Or mo di b tše di tlhakane ke tše 5 ka gore o tlile le di b tše 3, o tlile le di b tše pedi, ge o di tlhakantšha di go fa di b tše 5. Just like 2b squared plus 3b squared. Dilo tše ke di like terms, variables are the same, exponents are the same. So re add the coefficient, o tlile le di b squared tše pedi, o tlile le di b squared tše 3. Ge re di tlhakantšha yo ba di b squared tše 5. You see what I'm talking about. So back to this part, re na le x 1, o tlile le x 1, o tlile le x 1. Ge re tlhakantšha yo ba di x tše pedi, 2x, and then equal to 25 minus 3 ke 22. Do you see it now? So now back to the other part of the video whereby we were learning how to remove the coefficient, because now aragani equation are not in the x pedi, but the question is resolve for x, I resolve for 2x, so we must remove these two ka go divide ka yona, because ra bona re multiply a number of multiplier by dividing. So these two will cancel these two. Remember, don't show the cancellation in your exam right now. So then do cancel Rashalaka x, and then this part 22 divided by 2 erfa 11, and then that is your answer. So just by applying knowledge ya di-like terms, you were able to solve for x, because if wena nke bo šomišitše taba tša di-coefficient transposing e bo tlo stucka here o sa tsebe gore botsebotse what do I do with the x tše pedi. But you remembered gore the-like terms I can add them together. You added them together, then ya go pele into seeing the coefficient and all those stuff. So this is why I'm saying you must apply every knowledge you were taught in mathematics. Let's see another example. Re na le 10 minus x plus 2x equal to 30 plus 2x. Now, Moki is the same. Re na le mixture of the variables le a mixture of the numbers. Therefore, I'm going to group my like terms. Ke tlo šala ka negative x. Remember, this is what I've been telling you. Be careful of the sign. Re na le minus x plus 2x. Then I'm taking this 2x because ke go group the variables together. This 2x ke positive 2x or minus 2x, then equal to 30. I'm taking that 10 ke to the other side, and then leona it will change the sign yona yaba minus 10. Okay, so now ke na le di-like terms, ke na le minus x, ke na le 2x, ke na le minus 2x. So how do I do this one? Guys, re di tlhakatlhakane o ka no choose gore okay, ke tlo thoma pele ka tše then ka dia but that's gonna ke tlo senyetša nako. What if you have a very long equation of x's? You just take the coefficient tša yona wa di add together. Again, you know what, because ke di x ka moka mafelelong o tlo ba le something x, and then no naka coefficient, or you're just gonna say coefficient ya mathomo ke minus 1. Remember, ke re ka pele ga e number go dula 1, so mo ke minus 1. So ka ra calculator gago you just say minus 1, and then coefficient ya bobedi ke 2 plus 2, then you say plus 2. Ya boraro ke minus 2, then you say minus 2. Ka ra calculator gago, so it will be minus 1 plus 2 minus 2, and that's gonna give you minus 1. So that is your coefficient. This is minus 1, or unengala in this way, because I go to minus x is finally minus 1x is finally minus x. We just don't write the coefficient here 1. So yeah, that is how you do it. You have minus x. I hope you understood. Overly along numbers here, the x plus 2 plus 3x plus 5x. Oh no, add the coefficient. This is gonna be 1, and then plus 2 plus 3 plus 5. Agar mo tsa to ba le x, then wa re 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5, then wa ngwala coefficient ya over there. Very simple. Just add the coefficients. So yeah, negative x here, and then equal to 30 minus 10 is going to be 20. So remember, the question says solve for x, not solve for negative x. So we have to remove that negative sign. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. Then rabale x, then this part you have a negative 20. 5 plus x minus 2 equal to 10 minus x. This is an easy one. You have variables, you have numbers, you group them together, or x, then I'm taking this negative x to the other side. It's going to change its sign from negative to positive x, then equal to 10, then gija 5 get transposer, ever negative 5, gija negative 2 get transposer, ever positive 2. Then no so get the like terms, and then you are outlele x here 1, outlele x here 1, they added together ever the x jpeg. Then equal to what is 10 minus 5 plus 2, that's going to give you 7. And then now you divide both sides by 2 because you want to remove that 2. Then x equal to 7 over 2. I'm writing 7 over 2 because when I press a calculator, it's going to give me a decimal. Okay, as a decimal, it doesn't matter. Or 7 over 2 or 3 over 5. But I believe the battle award for any of these answers. If you want 7 over 2, it's correct. If you want 3 over 3,5, it's correct. Now, level at this one, it's a bit different. Now, Garena the x, we only have one x. And remember, our aim is to make x the subject of the formula so that we can solve for the x. Now we have in brackets. What do brackets mean? Brackets means multiplication. So what do you do here? There are actually two ways in solving this part. The distributive property. whereby ra tseba gore a number or a sign e ba ka ntle ga the bracket, you distribute that number or sign into the bracket. 2 into 3 plus 5. When you have this kind of a situation, you take number even ka montle, we distribute ka mogare. In other words, we 2 times 3 plus 2 times 5. That's the distributive property. Same applies to the other sign. Negative 2 plus 3. You distribute the sign. What is negative times 2? Negative 2. What is negative times positive 3? Negative 3. Again, remember the sign, as long as o multiplier, the sign tše pedi tša go tshwana di tlo go fa positive. Tše pedi tša go tshwana di tlo go fa positive. But as soon as di fapana, di tlo ba negative. That's why ba negative there, because ke negative times positive ya go fa negative 3. Alright, so that is distributive property. So mo go na bona rona the brackets, meaning that you can use the distributive property. There is a simpler way on doing this. Re ke thome ka yona the simplest way. O kgona bona gore a ke re nyakana le x even ka mogare, and re ka se kgone transpose x because, or 3 re ka se kgone transpose because e šitišwa ke this bracket tša go bontšha gore this number tše ka moka di multiply le these 2. So how can you remove the 2? You know gore o ntšha number go multiply by dividing, so o ka no divide ka 2 so that o cancel that 2 le the brackets. I get it, brackets tše di mo because of 2 yeke. So go ka ntšha 2 yela ya go di multiply, brackets le tšona di tlo tšwa. So what are these 2 will cancel these 2, then o šala ka x plus 3 equal to 10 divided by 2, it's 5. And then you say x, you transpose 3. You transpose 3, you have a minus 3, and then equal to 5 minus 3, it's 2. Then you have solved your x. Okay, you see or you have a coefficient here which is 2, so you remove the coefficient by dividing ka yona, and then you divide x plus 3. Now you distributive. Or to distribute 2 inside the bracket, or 2 multiplied by x, you offer 2x. Then or 2 multiplied by positive 3, you offer positive 6, then equal to 10. And then now autotoma transpose the 6, or 2x equal to 10 minus 6, and then 10 minus 6 get 4. It's 4, right? Yeah. And then you divide both sides by 2, and then x ya go elekanale 2. So you see gore it gave us the same answer. It's just a matter of gore wena o bone o ka dira eng pedi. So the brackets, did you think of removing the coefficient, or did you think of distributing now? The reason why I'm showing you this method of distributing now is because go tlo ba le a point whereby o tlo ba le the brackets tša go in this way, but wa palela go divide mo le goreng x ya go e tla ba ele outside like this, something like this. If it's like this, obviously you guys divide both sides by x. You know you're not allowed to divide by the variable in solve for x. So I'm showing you this distributive method for that type of an activity. But if ever get the number kamontle, feel free to divide the coefficient, that coefficient. This one is the same thing, 10 into 2 minus 1 plus x equal to 20. Lona get ready in 2 ways, or the distributive, the coefficient. Remember, coefficient is any number that multiplies. Agar a variable come, so 10 ye multiply variable ye, or a coefficient. So this means you can divide both sides by 10 to remove that 10. Then roshalaka 2 minus, let me see it properly, 2 minus 1 plus x, then equal to 2. I get 10 divided by 20 divided by 10 is 2. Then now x, the subject of the formula, meaning we're going to say x equal to 2. We transpose all the numbers. 2 ye ever negative 2, 1 ye ever positive 1. Then you have x equal to 2 minus 2 is 0 plus 1 is 1. Then x are 1. You see that the coefficient. So now R1 let me erase. R1 distributive. So you're going to distribute 10 inside the bracket. 10 multiplied by 2 is 20. And then 10 multiplied by negative 1 is negative 10. 10 multiplied by positive x is positive 10x. Remember, when multiplying numbers and letters, you know the number ya tla pele, letter ya tla ka morao, then equal to 20. And then now, re dira 10x the subject of the formula. So 10x, remember grid is positive, then equal to 20. We transpose 20 to the other side, ever minus 20. 10 to the other side, ever positive 10. Then we're going to have 10x equal to 20 minus 20 is 0 plus 10 is 10. Then we're going to divide both sides by 10. Roncha 10 yela ya coefficient. Then x equal to 1. So when I feel the same answer, you just have to decide when I prefer which method. This one is 5 times 3 plus 1 plus x equal to 35. Or you can say 5 into 3 plus x equal to 35. So obviously we have to distribute first ka re na le term here multiplication at the bracket. So we're gonna remove the bracket by distributing 5 multiplied by 3 and then go for 15. 5 multiplied by x positive 5x and then plus x yela ka montle. Again, this x as multiply anything, it is outside the bracket. So terminal 5 multiplied by x alpha 15, excuse me, 5 multiplied by x alpha 5x and then plus x yiki ashion. Or maybe over there, then equal to 35. Now when the x numbers, we're gonna group the like terms. We have 5x plus x then equal to 35, 15 to the other side, ever minus 15. And then this part, get the like terms, because variables are the same, exponents are the same. Then what is 5x plus x? 6x. In case you know the one, guys, without even using a calculator, unless if we get the number to the whole, then equal to 35 minus 15 over 20. Then we have to remove that 6, so we'll divide both sides by 6. And then rabale x equal to 20 minus 6, which is 10 over 3, or as a decimal, you have 3,33, whatever, but it's safe to write it as a fraction. And then that is how you do it. Let's look at this one. X into 3x plus x equal to 100. Here, because divide the coefficient, because the coefficient is a variable. So in this way, well, you can actually, it's not that you're not allowed. But if you do that, you're just going to be complicating things. You're going to make things worse because it's already complicated. So this means the easiest way, go distributor the x. So this means we'll go to x right distributor inside the bracket, x multiplied by 3x. This is where laws of exponents come in. Remember laws of exponent ring. When multiplying like bases, we keep a base and add the exponent. Before we do that, I want to show you something, guys. X multiplied by x. Obviously, these are like bases. So you keep a base, you add the exponent. Moki 1, or over 2. Now this comes in. The coefficient comes in. This is where people sometimes get confused. Guys, whenever you're having the coefficient within it, you are multiplying numbers by numbers, letters by letters. Because multiply, again, you have this 2x le x. You have to multiply numbers by numbers, letters by letters. So coefficient 1, you're just gonna say 2 multiplied by 1, and then it's gonna give you 2. The coefficient of 2. Then these 2 get like bases, so we keep at the base or add the exponent. Yeah, about 2. So whenever you're having a coefficient, it's any like basis, like 2x multiplied by 3x in this way. I got the like basis, but then the like basis coefficient. You have to multiply those coefficient. You have 2 multiplied by 3, you have 6x multiplied by x, you have x squared. I'm telling you this because ke bone gore e tlo ba gona here, because ro ba le 3x multiplied by 3x. O bona re na le coefficient, so yo ba 3 yeki multiplied by coefficient ya 1 over there. Then you have 3 times 1 over 1 times 3, you have 3. And then x times x get like basis, you over x squared. Because I get the exponent is 1 le 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Then x multiplied by x get the like basis still, so we'll draw base here 1, right, add the exponent 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. then equal to 100. If you do not understand the laws of exponent, please watch video ya ke uploadileng ya the laws of exponents. So now re na le di-like terms on this side because the variables are the same, the exponents are the same. So what are we going to add to the coefficient? Because this is addition, not multiplication. Because o ke utlwile di x squared tse 3 o utlwile x squared ye 1. So ge re tlhakantsha ka moka yo ba 4x squared. You just add the coefficient 3 plus 1 equal to 100. So we know re tlo thoma pele ka go ntsha the coefficient, which is 4. Then we divide both sides by 4. Then re tlo shala ka x squared equal to 100 divided by 4 ya over 25. And then this is where you introduce the square root because unokoncha the exponent ya 2. I'm not going into details because Ronald the video check explaining the method check the. So I'm gonna square root both sides or square root says cancel the exponent rashaleka x, and then the square root of 25 give 5, and then that way you have solved for x. We have used different method of solving x. When you just have to remind yourself, revise laws of exponents, revise the properties, or okay, when I see bracket, I can think of removing the coefficient or distributive property. And then whenever I see like terms, we know we're just gonna group the like terms together. You just have to group the like terms together. You must be careful, guys. Confuse the like terms, the unlike terms. But then anyway, this is how we solve for x using distributive property and removing the coefficient and using laws of exponent.